Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video by me, yes, the person who's recording this video. Now, as you can see, I've pulled out the stock footage again. At the end of this video, I'll be showing the person whose stock footage this belongs to. It said in the title that I could use it, so yeah, but I'm still gonna, and he said there's no copyright either. So I'm still gonna say his name because but it'll be at the end of the video. So this video is a lot like my top 10 favourite movies of all time. Except this time it's games. Now obviously, as a lot of you may know, that I'm a very big gamer. You know, I play a lot of video games. And for a while I couldn't play on my console because the storage was backed up, and for some reason I couldn't play on most of my games, and it was very sad. But I eventually got another Xbox One S. No, I'm not gonna explain it all to you. I finally got it back, and I've now gone back to being a proper gamer again. It's hard to use that word nowadays because it's lost all its value, but I'm still gonna say it. And so basically, I thought that I would do a video on my top 10 favourite games of all time. Not really a ranking, but of course, number one is gonna be my favourite of all time, and what in my opinion is the best game of all time. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. Starting off at number 10, a lot of people will disagree, but very much disagree on this. But basically, GTA 5. Now, don't get me wrong, I love GTA 5, but now GTA 5 is, in my opinion, not really in my opinion, it just is one of the best selling games in gaming history. You know, it's still selling a shit ton of copies to this very day. Someone's at the local game shop picking up a copy of GTA 5, even if they already own a copy, they just feel bored because GTA 6 still isn't out. And even though there is a long wait for GTA 6, I'm gonna be honest, you still got there's no point in really getting too pissed off, seeing as we still got a shit ton of GTA games. Okay, including GTA 5, you got GTA Vice City, GTA 4, GTA San Andreas. You got so many to choose from. But being a gamer, yes, of course, I know it's really shitty that you gotta wait for GTA 6, but if you've seen my GTA 6 carrier video, I'm still on debate on whether I'll play it or not when it does eventually come out, from what I've heard. But basically, GTA 5 still holds up amazingly today. Now, the graphics are still absolutely amazing. I mean, it only came out in 2013. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but the graphics are still absolutely top notch. Still just an amazing game. It's also not the kind of game. It's the kind of game that GTA has always set out to be. It's just the standard GTA game. You can do missions, and there is, but basically what it is it's you're put into one world, and you're meant to go out there and have fun. And it's kind of got something for everyone. If you're just a very motivated gamer like me, you prefer the story. Or if you just prefer the open world, you play the open world. It really depends on the kind of gamer or just person you are. And that's why GTA 5 is so great. It's always what GTA has always set out to be. It's what every GTA game is set out to be. Do missions or do free roam. Just enjoy yourself. That is what GTA has always been, and GTA 5 takes that to the extreme. There's nothing that realistic in it. It's just a game where you have fun. And in my opinion, it still holds up pretty well, even though Rockstar has already, well, they've only released one proper game, and that will be on this list if you know what I mean. But we'll talk about that game later. But yeah, let's move on to number 9. The number 9 on this list is, of course, a game that it's another Rockstar game, and it's one of the more overlooked games. And I'm of course talking about Bully. Now, for those of you who don't know what Bully is, I'll give you a little bit of an explanation. Bully came out in around 2005, and it is about somebody, Jimmy Hopkins, where you play as Jimmy Hopkins in a school, and basically you go up against all the cliques, I guess you could say, in the school. Now, that sounds like one of the most basic stories ever. Okay, and for a lot of people, it is, and for a lot of people, it's basically GTA with no guns and in a school. But it's not. Bully, in my opinion, is one of the very peaks of Rockstar. When Rockstar made Bully, now I obviously wasn't alive then, but I got it years later and I got the Scholarship Edition, and let me tell you something. Bully is just so good. It has one of the most simple premises that could even seem boring to the average person, but it does it so well. Great characters, great story, and as I've said, I don't like to mention this much because I never care about it in games, but it's got, for its time, it had great graphics. It has a great open world, 100% great story. It's got an amazing way to introduce characters such as the Greasers or Gary, and the climax. One of the best climaxes in a video game I have ever seen. The fact that you go on a roof and chase. Well, there's your spoiler warning. You chase Gary on this roof, and you. Oh my god! It's just so amazing. And the fact that it still holds up so well after all this time, and the fact that it still has got a sequel. Oh, how many? It's been 2 decades, hasn't it? 2 decades. Come on, Rockstar, man. I'd love to get a sequel. I'd love to. There was actually talks of a sequel, which, well, basically what it would be is it'd be Bully with a couple of changes with better graphics. Now that sounds pretty boring, but to be fair, it does, well, you'll see. Basically, if you want one of the best games you've ever seen, and to be honest, if you want something that, in my opinion, even though I said I wasn't ranking these, I think it's better than Grand Theft Auto 5, I'd play Bully. Moving on. And moving on, we have a game that has 2 copies of the game. And this game is, of course, the start to the Mafia game franchise, and that is Mafia 1. Now, there are 2 Mafia 1s. There's the Definitive Edition, with a couple of changes and a few things removed, and better graphics. And then there's the old one, which is just the old one, the first one. I'm putting them both in the same category, though, because I list them as basically the same game. So, when I tell you that this game holds up, I mean this game holds up. Not only does it hold up in its Definitive Edition way, it holds up in the way that this game's been around for 20 years. Okay, it was released in 2002. Wait, hold on. $18 years, I think. So it's been around for 18 years, right? And that fact is just so amazing to me. And it's just the fact that it still holds up so well, with an amazing story, amazing characters, and just so amazing. And when they did the Definitive Edition version, my god, I'm not really someone who really cares about graphics in video games, but holy shit, these are some of the best graphics I have ever seen in a video game. Like, I sometimes will just go into free ride and just stand somewhere and look, because that is just how beautiful this game is. The game is just so mwah. It's amazing. Another thing that I love that they changed in the Definitive Edition is the fact that in the very end of it, spoilers, in Mafia 1 and Mafia 2, Tommy says, Vito and Joe come to Tommy, and they say the iconic lines, Salieri sons of the gods, and they kill him. Now, this is a very subtle change, but an amazing change. In Mafia 2 and Mafia 1, the original, Tommy says yes, like someone who has no clue what's going on, and acts shocked. In Mafia 1 Definitive Edition, Tommy says yes like he absolutely knows what's going on. He knows that someone's finally figured out who he is. He knows that he's dead. And that, to me, is just so damn good. He finally has realised that he's been caught up with. He finally realises that he is dead. And he accepts it. And in my opinion, that is what makes Tommy such a more complex character in this game. And I absolutely love it. I also love the slight changes to Sam's speech in the Definitive Edition, which I'm still on the bench of what I prefer, the original one or the Definitive Edition one, but they both sound so great and it's just amazing. But yeah, that's Mafia 1. Moving on to number 7. Now, this game I'm about to talk about is probably a game that a lot of people hate. Alright, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people really hate this game. But I'm here to do it some justice. And a lot of people are going to be very pissed off about this. Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, Assassin's Creed Unity, in my opinion, is the best out of the Assassin's Creed series. Now, before you all get pissed off at me, this is my opinion. It does have its flaws. Okay, every game has its flaws. Okay, Red Dead 2 has its flaws. Right? But here's the thing. For some reason, this game, with all its flaws, still manages to stay at number 7 for me. I have no idea why. It's just something that really draws me in. It has, in my opinion, a pretty good story that, again, like Wooly, sounds so basic, yet it's able to mold it so well. Basically, your father, look, I don't want to spoil the game for you, right? Go play it for yourself. You know, I think I've spoiled enough games for you so far. I'm not going to spoil, okay, I won't spoil this one. I would definitely spoil the number 1 on this list, because I just really want to talk about number 1. This game is possibly the one, in my opinion, it is, for me, the best Assassin's Creed game. Now that may be due to the fact that it was the first Assassin's Creed game that I played. Okay? And to be fair, that's probably clouded my judgment a bit. But that is my opinion. I don't have a lot to say about it. I don't know why I've put it higher than Bully, GTA 5, and Mafia 1. I have no idea why I've done that. For some reason, I think it's better. I love those games, but I just feel like that this goes higher on the list. I don't know why. Moving on to number 6. Moving on to number 6, we have a game on which, of course, you knew it was going to be on here. It's Red Dead Redemption 1. Red Dead Redemption 1 is just wow. Not only was it the beginning of a game, not only was it, well, not really the beginning, but is the game that most people remember to start the Red Dead games. And my God! Now, I've said this a lot for this video, but it really does hold up, man. It really holds up. Story, excellent. Characters, amazing, hilarious, and great. Okay, and it has one of the most. It has a sad-ass ending. As sad as Red Dead 2 and the number 1 I have on this list. No, still sad though. The fact that John Marston got shot up to death is still very sad to me, and I still find that very sad. And the fact that this game, now that Red Dead 2 has come out, a lot of people don't really know it as much. It kind of upsets me, because without Red Dead 1, we would probably never have Red Dead Redemption 2. And for that, I absolutely love this game. And it still holds up so well. Having some of the best characters I have ever seen in a video game ever. Okay, not the best characters, some of the best characters I've ever seen in a video game ever. Okay, it's just, and also, it really gives you a spaghetti western vibe, you know? Like, you can, if you just walk down a town's, street and look around, you just think, wow, where the hell's Clint Eastwood? And I just find that so amazing. Plus, the big-ass map, which is just amazing, like, wow. And the fact that you get to go to Mexico, that's amazing. Let's not forget the fact that you get to wear the amazing outfits you get to wear. A poncho, you get to wear a poncho. Like come on, you just know that's amazing. There's also the fact of the matter that also the fact of the matter that when you put John Marston in the kind of situation where you find someone who's friends with dead people, you know it's going to be absolutely hilarious. So, just amazing. And let's not forget the amazing DLC. But I'm not going to talk about the DLC because it is a part of the game, but it's not the proper game. So I would love to talk about it. Maybe if I made top 10 DLCs, maybe. But yeah. Now, moving on to number 4. Moving on to number 4. The game is, of course, I mean, it makes sense to have it, in my opinion. Of course, this is still my list. And I know some people are going to be very pissed off at this. And this is going to be a Switch game, which I really like. And I'm a bit scared to say it, because I don't really rank this higher than Red Dead 1. I just have no clue where to put it. I don't put Red Dead lower than this and think that this low game is better than it. I just think it's kind of on the same level. But yeah. So that's what I have to say before I say it. Now, it's a Lego game. It's Lego DC Supervillains. Now let me explain. I like this for something that I never really think I thought I would really like something for. And that is, of course, wait. Now, the reason I like Lego DC Supervillains so much is surprisingly not because of the story. No, I like it for a few other reasons than that. I like it for the fact that it's got a great open world. Yeah, that's right, I said it. It's got a great open world. But I don't. The story, I mean, it's good. It's not great though. This is why I don't put it higher than Red Dead 1. Okay? You don't imagine they're on the same level. Sort of. I mean, to be honest, I think Red Dead 1's better, obviously, than Lego DC Supervillains, but I don't know. So, I have no clue why this is higher. In fact, I think that Red Dead 1 is higher. I think I've actually gotten the list a bit mixed up. So, and to be honest, I think I actually have. So, I want you to imagine we're back at number 6 now. And Lego DC Supervillains is at number 6. I love the game, but I love it for a reason that I never knew I'd love a game so much for. And that is the open world. I have no clue why. Why? It's just so confusing. But yeah, so sorry for that bit of a mix-up. Same reasons, it's just different. Red Dead 1 is at number 5. DC Supervillains is at number 6. I'm very sorry for that. Okay, moving on. At number 4, we have a game. We have a game that you probably know it's gonna be here at this point, But, I mean, what do you expect? It's a great damn well game, what do you expect? Come on. And this game, I'm not sure if it's... Alright, so this, hold on. This game is, of course, Red Dead Redemption 2. Yep, that's right, I put it at number 4. Now, Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the most remarkable games of its time. It's one of the most oh my god, it's good. It's just so good. Like, I remember the day I got it. Like, I was ecstatic. I thought it was going to be good. Didn't think it was going to be that good. I remember I replayed the story so many times. I found out so many new things over and over and over. I remember I got better and better at it. And remember before how I mentioned that you can play a game like in Bully and you can lead on to doing something else. Imagine that to the extreme of Red Dead 2. It took me a week to beat the story, not because it's hard, no, because because I kept getting distracted by so many things in it. I used to go about trying to get as much ammo as possible, trying to unlock as many new clothes as possible, trying to get as much money, find out all the cheat codes and stuff. And it's just so great. And I love it. And I remember I used to go online, and I do this more often now, and I used to find out all the cheat codes for the game. And I just used to put them on and go crazy. And I found this one glitch where you could... this one glitch where you can save while having cheats on. And I remember I used the hell out of it, okay? I used the hell out of that glitch. And I still love it to this very day. There's so much to say about Red Dead 2. But, oh my god. It's just amazing. Okay? If you want to play the best game of all time, then you play, if you want to play one of the best games of all time and of the decade of the 2010s, you play you play Red Dead 2. You play Red Dead 2. One of the best Rockstar games I have ever played. Best Western game, just amazing. Great voice acting, an emotional ending, and the amazing characters. Just play it. Why are you watching me? Go and play it. And if you already own it, buy it again. Now, we have a game. It's GTA 4. Okay, actually, I just get out of it. It's GTA 4, okay? GTA 4 is at number 3. Now, here's the thing, though. I can't think of a number 2. Not that kind of number 2, but number 2 for this list. So, this is a top 9 video now. So, basically, there's gonna be no number 10. This is basically the same kind of list. This is just my favourite games now compacted into 9 games. Yeah, I haven't. This is where you write a list. Write a script next time, John. Remember it. But anyway, GTA 4. Wow. Holy hell! Did this game outdo itself? Now I got this and the 2 DLCs with it because I got it. Computer. And no, I'm not covering those DLCs. Maybe in a top 10 DLCs or a top 9 or top 5 or something. But I'm not doing that today because this is about the main games themselves. I'm gonna be honest, I prefer the main game to the DLCs anyway. And my god, are they great! First off, story, characters, Niko. Let's just talk about Niko for a second. Wow. Now the game is it has one of the best endings as well. Okay, and I'm gonna be honest, the ending made me rage a bit because I couldn't get on that damn helicopter. I couldn't get on that damn helicopter. Sorry. It also has some of the greatest attention to detail I've ever seen in a game. The game is, of course, so immersive, which you will see the last game on this list. It also has, the sound effects for the guns are okay. I know it's a bit of a weird thing, but the sound effects for the gun are just... And this game was made in 2008. Graphics look like a 2010 game. Okay? The graphics are just... I'm gonna be honest with you, the game is just so great. And I'm so glad that Rockstar didn't touch it when they made the definitive, you can't see the air quotes, but definitive edition of basically all the GTA games. I'm so glad they didn't touch that, because they would have probably ruined it. I'm just so happy. And in my opinion, I think that GTA 4 is the best GTA game. You can fight me all you want, it's better than GTA 5, and it's better than most of the others. I prefer GTA 4, I love GTA 4, let's go bowling, amazing game. And now we move on to number 1. Now this game I'm about to talk about, I want to make an home video for it. And I'm going to make a very own video for it. And the game that I'm talking about is my favourite game of all time. What I believe to be the best game known to man, the best game ever made, Mafia 2. Right, where do I begin? First off, story? My God, and that ending. I'm going to be honest with you. When I completed that ending, I kind of just sat on my seat for a couple of minutes. Because that ending shocked me, man. Not only is it one of the most badass endings and best endings I've ever seen, but spoilers, when I hear the lines, sorry kid, Vito wasn't part of the deal. I mean, Joe wasn't part of the deal. I kind of just dropped my controller and thought, no. It's just so sad. And let's talk about Vito for a minute. Best main character ever. Okay, complex story. Okay, funny, serious, just amazing. A great brother, an amazing son. Okay, some of the best moments. And shall we not forget about his best friend Joe, one of the most lovable characters in video game history. Okay, the fact, oh God, I love it. I love the game so much. Oh, I just love it. My favourite mission will probably be the jewel store heist, and when him and Joe grow up and dress with the fake mustaches. I love that mission. Oh my God. Okay, and now let's talk about the music and soundtrack. Okay, so it goes from the 1940s to the early 1950s, and I loved just cruising around with some 50s music on, because I'm a big fan of 50s music. Old music in general, love it. So I loved just hearing some of my favourite songs, you know, Tequila, Summertime Blues, you know, oh God. And Come On Everybody, you know, it's just, oh my God. Rags to Riches, Shaboom, love it. I love it. Okay, the look of it, also the immersity. I would cruise around in my car, right, and the game would give me a little notification saying, hey, your car's run out of gas, get to a petrol station, right? So I used to drive over to the petrol station, and it would just be an amazing feeling, just having a, sometimes the fellow who's filming up for you, he'll like say some stuff to you, and I just love that so much. It's just one of the best games I've ever played. I want to talk so much about the game and what makes it so amazing and what makes it my favourite game of all time, but I just don't have enough time to do it. So, yeah, that is my list of all my favourite games of all time. Mafia 2 being the highest, GTA 5 being the lowest. That doesn't mean it's my least favourite though. I do have a list coming out on that soon. I'm also sure I can get some gameplay for any of these games. I of course own them, you know, unless why would they be on the list? But the problem is, I can't even record them. It's hard to record them. Don't use the cup way of recording videos I showed you how to do on my second channel. It's not really the best way. I don't know why I made that video. It worked for me once and I didn't even release the video. So basically what I'm telling you, yeah. And like I promised, I'm gonna give you the name of this channel. Okay, so here's my proof: free 4K drone footage, no copyright. And then of course, this is free 4K drone footage, no copyright, 1 hour. Free to use, reproduction and commercial use of 1 hour of 4K footage, drone, time-lapse, hyperlapse, landscape, sunsets, and basically all this the original creators. And the person who made this is of course the Pantoffmath. I'll give you a link to their channel in the description below. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. I want to thank you all for just being great people who watch my videos. I hope you continue to be great people and just have an amazing day. Goodbye.